Denel, we'll have you come back to your insights on this topic.
Great. It's really interesting because I had not thought that a business consultant would have so much in common with what I wanted to say from a wellness and fitness perspective. So we also work with SMART goals a lot. And obviously, just having this thought in your head, whatever it might be, I want to lose weight is just the most common one. You can just have that thought floating around in your head for years and years and years, but actually taking the time to write it down, as Bertha said, is really key. And then in addition to that, you're going to need to make it specific and measurable and time bound. You're going to need to write that down. Hang it on whatever, hang it on the bulletin board by your desk, wherever it needs to be. Then in addition, you want to try to identify the behaviors that are going to get you there, right? Because how easy would it be to say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by April 1st? Okay, well, that's a SMART goal. That's very specific, measurable, timely, all of those things, right? Okay, but let's take a second and set some behavioral goals like I will eat 3 servings of vegetables every day. Right? And that's a positive goal. I'm not taking anything away from myself by doing that. I'm adding things. I will make sure that I drink X amount of water every day and then stick with that. Hopefully you'll have the accountability in a group like mine or a group like Chris's or, you know, Karen and Bertha, I'm sure also have some accountability groups going on. I love the idea of also predicting obstacles. Because guess what? Success has never in the history of time gone straight up like this. It doesn't happen. We're human beings. This is the real world. So it's not going to do that. You're not just going to continually get better and better. So let's predict some of those obstacles so we don't get discouraged. I mean, my favorite story, so I try to stay away from sugar, at least added sugar, most of the time, except for Christmas, because Christmas cookies are like the best. But if I'm going to a party, I know that my favorite thing, it's a little embarrassing to share this, but I'll do it anyway, is like ShopRite, like sheet cake. Like, I don't like fancy cake. I don't like it filled with anything. Nothing fancy. I just want like vanilla sheet cake. I love it. It's my favorite thing. So if I know I'm going to a party where that's likely to be there, I'm going to talk to myself. I'm going to say, self, this is going to come up for you today. How would you like to handle it? Then I have the opportunity to choose. I can say, well, I've been, you know, my nutrition's been pretty good. I'm feeling good. My brain feels like it's functioning well. My body's functioning well. I can handle having a piece of that cake. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. And that is one option that I can choose. Another option I can choose is say, well, it's right after Christmas and I really need to stay away from that sugar right now because I just really need to stay 100% clean right now for myself so that I can feel good. And then I can turn maybe to my husband or my daughters. They're teenagers now, so they love telling me what to do. And I can say, hey guys, this is going to be something that I'm challenged with, and I'm not going to eat any cake today. So, maybe you can help me stick to that decision because that's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing it now. Once I get there, I don't have anything to think about. I already made the decision. I told other people about it. So I created that community for myself. And I just feel like that's really powerful for me. It's powerful for my students too, because I think all of us when we're 18 and 19, you just sort of live life when you're that age, right? You don't really think ahead or try to predict anything. So when I mention that to my students, a lot of times they're like, I never thought of it that way. You're gonna have obstacles. It will happen. So how are we going to deal with them when they come up? Let's see if we can predict, right? Another thing to consider, and then I'll be quiet so the next person can talk, is how dedicated are you to this goal right now? And be honest with yourself. Be honest, right? So maybe some of my business goals, as Chris would know, I have to be honest, I am not 100% dedicated to them right at this minute because I also teach college. I have teenagers. I have a kitchen that is under construction. I'm honestly saying to myself and my boss that I am not 100% dedicated. I honestly can be this much dedicated. And then I have to expect the results that come with that. I have to expect that those results will be different than if I were 100%. And I can avoid feeling shame then, right? Because shame does not help. I think at least, well, I'm sure you guys all agree with me, right? Nod your head, say yes, Denel, we agree. I do a lot of assessments with people. We do body composition. We do the number of push-ups you can do, right? Some of us will be doing that later tonight. Does shame fuel you to do better? Some people maybe in the short term it works, but mostly no. What we need to talk about is the awareness of what our bodies can do now and where we would like to go. Because me shaming you, you shaming yourself is not really a healthy way to go about reaching your goals.